sequence of asanas we are going to see again in a summary. So the first is the Sukhasana. So this Sukhasana, the idea, you are bringing the sole, like in the foot, near to the Muladhara, like the placing with your thighs. Okay. So actual position, we need to reach the Siddasana, but it cannot be done at the first step. So you are sitting in the Sukhasana, then erect your spine, you are straight, and connecting the Ida and Pingala flow near to the Muladhara. So that's the idea of the Sukhasana. So the second is the Gomukhasana. Right? You can see the Gomukhasana. This is the final posture you sit. But you first, when you put the leg, you are putting the right leg up. So you have to do this mudra by raising your right hand to balance your prana, because this posture will create the pressure in your lower chakras, the pranic pressure. So you're pushing the prana to the Muladhara and the Swadhisthana. So you have to arrange your body up also, just to stretch to facilitate your prana upward movement. Okay? Otherwise, you will get the pain in your hip muscles and the tendons here. Right? So first you do like this. The idea here, we are directing the prana a little aggressively to the Muladhara and the Swadhisthana. So the next is the Virasana. You see the Gomukhasana, we locked, right? We locked to the Muladhara and Swadhisthana. In the Virasana, we are doing little relaxing. Okay, relaxing, or it's a sort of a counter asana for the Gomukhasana. So we are relieving the Muladhara and the Swadhisthana. So just to allow, right again, come to the original state. That's Virasana. So the next is the Kurmasana. In the Gomukhasana, we are locking the Swadhisthana also. In the Kurmasana, we are only trying to centering into the Muladhara. Okay. So the Muladhara. So actually after this, the Kukudasana will come. I will include the picture, the Kukudasana. So Kukudasana is sort of you're doing the Padmasana. This is the second stage of the Kukudasana. The sadhaka will stay in his hand by doing the Padmasana. Okay, this posture. So the idea, again, here the Gomukhasana is a very light pressure to the Swadhisthana and Muladhara. Only work with this region. But the Kukudasana and Uttana Kurmasana is connecting to the Samana and the Prana, ultimately to the Udana also. All Panchapranas are connecting through this asana. So after doing this, you connect this way, this way. You have to balance in the counterpart. So Dhanurasana is coming. So actually Uttana Kurmasana, counterasana will be a Dhanurasana. Initially you connected the flow in this way. Now you want to stretch it other side to balance your body. So when all these are done, the connecting near to the Muladhara, then you are pressurizing the Muladhara and Swadhisthana to condense your Apana Vayu in this region. Then again relaxing. Then again centering into the Muladhara through the Virasana. Then again the fast through the Kukudasana and Uttana Kurmasana, you are doing very, very intensely connecting all five pranas and countering the posture. Now it's ready to churn, churn your spine where the Sulamuna is ready. So this is called as a Machendrasana. So up to now, these 7 asanas are connecting the Panchapranas to formulate the body ready to the work with the Sulamuna Nadi. So in the Machendrasana, now we are directly hitting the Sulamuna, this spinal twist. Okay, so we are twisting the spinal cord or vertebral. So starting to work with the real channel, but we want to work the Sulamuna. So the Machendrasana is a sort of a complete near to the mudras, helping to the Kundalini awakening and work with the Sulamuna. Okay, so aligning the Sulamuna in a correct way. So these two asanas, right? This Machendrasana and the Pachimadanasanas are really working with the Sulamuna Nadi. So the sadhaka prepare the body with all Panchapranas through this sequence. And finally, he is working with the Muladhara to the Sulamuna. These two asanas are related to the Kundalini awakening. So in the Hatha Yoga, if you can practice these two every day, that will push you into the awakening of the Kundalini. If your body is clean and nadis are clean, okay, you have all these conditions. So these two are the very important asanas, Machendrasana and the Paschimottanasana. So when you do the Paschimottanasana, it's sort of a counter you have to balance. So then the Mayurasanas come. So because you are going and touching the toes, so then it need to be stretched out to this way. So then only your body will get the prana according to its original function. Finally, you will go into the Savasana. The Savasana align or allowing the whole nadi into the, come to the original state. Here, all these asana sequences, finally we are going near to the Mooladhara and working with the Sulumana for a higher consciousness. So finally, we are lying down like a dead body and we are allowing the body to come to the original state. That's called Savasana. With the Savasana, the sequential asana of the Hatha Yoga Pratipika is coming to the end. Then after that, he is saying the Shiva taught 84 asanas. Out of these 84, there are 4 asanas are very important, essential. So I'm going to explain those hereafter. Those asanas are Siddasana, Padmasana, Simhasana and Bhadrasana. Out of these 4, Siddasana is a very comfortable and he recommends one should always practice it. If you need the perfection in the Hatha Yoga, the Siddasana need to be practiced. After you work out and align your prana and clean your body, and if you achieve the Sthira, Angalavaga, the lightness and balance in your body, thereafter it's not recommended to always to practice the whole sequence. You will practice this whole 11 asanas sequence every day. One point of time you attain the purity of your body. Thereafter, only regular asanas may be Machendrasana, Paschimottanasana, Mayurasana and the Savasana. Okay, there can be a smaller schedule. So if you have a perfect alignment, you achieve through the months of practice. So you don't want to waste that much time of many asanas. So the idea, to come to the Padmasana or Siddhasana or Bhadrasana, Simhasana. Because that is the real work you are going to do in the Hatha Yoga. Not spending too much time on the sequential asanas. The idea of asana is to clean the body, to sit for a long hours for a meditation and this samadhi practice. To prepare the body to practice pranayama and mudras and awaken your kundalini. So if you waste too much of time to do many asanas, sometimes you are not achieving the purpose, centering the prana into the Mooladhara, but you are diverting to the whole body. Our asana practice needs to be like a funnel. So our prana is somewhere, scattering this much and you are bringing down to the center. That's the idea of the asana. So if you start to practice so many asanas without any sequence, and as you think, bending and all, it becomes exercise. So your body will get the prana to each and every place. Maybe you are okay, but the real purpose of Hatha Yoga won't happen. So we have to be careful. What is our objective? So always when we learn, we must ask what is our objective. If you say you are practicing Hatha Yoga, what it means logically? You are connecting your Ida and Pingala pranic flow into the Mooladhara, Sulumana, and you are hitting your Kundalini and awakening, and you wish to experience the higher consciousness. So that's the meaning of when you are saying I'm practicing Hatha Yoga. I'm doing asana. Yeah, that is correct. Asana, why? I need the health. Yes, that can be achieved. Okay, asana and pranayama. So technically, if you say Hatha Yoga, this is the meaning. But now we are using the asana for the health and the stress relief and all. So we must say asana and pranayama, relaxing our body and the mind. So out of 84, the person must be able to sit in 4 of these asanas: Padmasana, Siddhasana, Bhadrasana or the Simhasana. If person can sit in this asana comfortably, then he is ready to practice the pranayama. So without sitting in this position, pranayama cannot be practiced. Technically, pranayama means kumbhaka pranayama. Okay, not the deep breathing or nadi suddhi. So, if you want to practice kumbhaka pranayama, you want to hold the breath. So, definitely through the sequence, you must be able to sit in the Siddhasana or Padmasana or Simhasana or Bhadrasana. So, the Siddhasana pressing the heel from the left foot to the perineum and putting the right heel above, then this need to be hit above the penis male organ here. So actually this is the combination, because you are pressurizing the Mooladhara through the one heel and other pressure need to be touched into the Gandham or Midra. The third condition is, using the Jalandhara Bandha. And fourth is, the focusing the gaze into your eyebrows. So this is called Siddasana. So the first, your left heel pressure the perineum, then put the next heel on top of above the male organ, which is where the whole 72,000 nadis are rising, we call as a kanda. And the third condition is the Jalandhara Bandha. The fourth condition is, focusing into your Purvamati. So through this, what they are trying to achieve, using the heel is always related to your swasa in the nostril. We learn there is a saram or swaram. Okay, every hour the breath will change in the nose. So now you are going to sit for the Siddasana. Your right nostril is active in the sense you have to put your left heel into the perineum and right heel will be on the top. So the next hour, the breath will change, assuming when you are doing Siddhasana or Padmasana, so you are going to sit for hours. So when the breath change, you have to change the heel again, other way. So we told Hatha. Hatha means left and right nostril, we are connecting to the Sulamana. When the right nostril is working, the Pingala Nadi is ending in your left toe. So you can't put the toe into the perineum. So we are using the near part, that is heel. So after 1 hour, the nostril will change, right? Then we will change the heel. That's the unwritten truth here, right? It is not explained. Many people sit in the one always, so it's not correct. And also when you do other pranayama, Surya Veda or some other pranayamas, it need to be used. Okay, when you do the Surya Veda, inhaling through the right nostril, so you will use the left heel. Siddhasana means not just pressurizing the heel to the Mooladhara and sitting. Okay? There are other conditions also for yogic purpose. So the second heel should be above the male organ, right? That's the place. It's like you are pressurizing down and Kundalini is rising. Then there's a lock on the top we call as a Brahmagrandhi. Okay, it can't go up really. So to relax that point, so we are putting other heel on, you are touching through the other heel. So then if that is happened, to balance your Ida and Pingala Nadi, Jalandhara Bandha need to perform. So performing the Jalandhara Bandha is purpose to balance your Ida and Pingala Nadi. Okay. When you put your chin here, this part to here, like here. So here. So in maybe the Gill and who know the Varma Sastra, there's a Kadirkama Varma. Actually, the place is here, right? This place. When you put like this, okay, always your Ida and Pingala Nadi will balance. So that's a very ideal to make your Nadi balance. If you want the balance of Nadi, be straight, your condition need to be straight, right? Without stressing your shoulder or anything. It need to be done very slightly, politely. So this will balance the Ida and Pingala Nadi. So then, finally, you have to achieve the Unmani Mudra or Sambhavi Unmani. Sambhavi means, you are just opening the eyes, seeing straight. Okay, that's stage 1. It's not the Mudra. Okay, so little rising your eyeballs, little 30 degrees. Okay, 30 degrees up, but you are not closing. So this is called Sambhavi. So further, the higher level is you are further rolling your eyeballs to the Purvamati. Okay, so thinking like somewhere here, we are putting this thing. So this is the perfect posture to practice the meditation in the Siddhasana. So this is explained in the Adhyavatra. He is talking about 8 or 9 slokas about Siddhasana, praising the Siddhasana, the benefits of the Siddhasana. It's a king of asana. So what he say, even you are not practicing anything, every day if you practice for the 12 years without any interruption, you will get the siddhi. Let's say you are not practicing pranayama, you are not practicing any asana, you are not practicing anything. But in this posture, so doing the asana with the legs and keeping a Jalandhara Bandha and focusing into the Purvamati will give this. So you don't want to do anything because that's the way he explained. So the point When we talk the latter part, we must remember the previous part. So this condition need to be achieved with the purity of the body, sthira, langalavaga, and we have to build up through the sequence of asana. So don't get misunderstanding, like without doing or cleaning the body, I can sit in the Siddhasana and gain. It's essential to do the previous practices. So that's the way you have to keep it in mind. Whenever we talk about the practice, so you have to understand this is built up through the sequence. Whatever you learned previously need to be done and achieve some state. With that, you can go for a Siddhasana for a long. So you don't want to go for the fast progress, like let's say doing Kumbhaka Pranayama and the Mudras and Kundalini awakening and all. So spoil yourself. That is so aggressive. At the same time, if you clean the body properly, Siddhasana is enough to achieve the slow progress. It may take a long years, but definitely you will achieve. So there are examples. I referred one of the disciple of my guru's guru. So now he's 93. He's a family man having 6 or 7 children and the grandchildren and the big family. So how he practiced, he told me, he never went to any aggressive practices. Okay, Mooladhara, Moolabandha, and quick awakening and nothing. So Guru taught him a medicine, and he told whoever comes, you have to treat and only do Siddhasana and observe the breath and focusing into the Guru Mantra. So that is the only sadhana he did, no any other. But it took a long years sadhana, like 50 years or something. He is doing. He achieved the siddhi also. But he told, that's a very easy way without confusing your body and, killing. Otherwise, sometimes you may burn your nadis. So what he told, he never missed the Brahma Muhurta and 1.5 hour sadhana in Brahma Muhurta. That's all. So he's still healthy, and even during this Corona period also, he treated the people whoever came to him in 93 years. That's one aspect of sadhana. Swatmarama also saying about when he talk about the Siddhasana. So it's about he's giving the choice. So he talk about Siddhasana. At the end, what he is saying, if you practice all this in a quicker way, you can achieve the siddhi in 1 year. So you have the choice. And if you need the quick practice, you have to follow all the rules without fail. So if you are not such a person, I am a little lazy also. I don't want to take risk. Okay, so when we go fast, there's a possibility of accident also. Right? So then you can take the Siddhasana with this mudra and practice, even with including the mantra japa also. So mantra japa also one of the safest method for this Kundalini awakening and all.